Welcome to the English language highlights of a really tough 1-1 away draw at struggling Navy FC. Before this game, in their first 9, Navy had lost 7, drawn 1, collected only 4 points and scored only 4 goals whilst conceding 13. But for Suphanburi, we were decimated by injury. No Carmelo, no Marcio, no Pratom, of course no Cyril Chapui with his long-term injury, and Luis started on the bench, which meant that technically we had no non-Asian foreigners because of course Sergio Van Dijk has an Indonesian passport and we had Lee in midfield. So a really difficult away trip for us, and Navy were fighting for their lives. We just didn't really have that cohesion. You see Pratt there, ball was far too aimless, but Jetsadar broke it down and got it across to Jakapan. Jakapan probably should have taken it with his left, and he knows that. He was very frustrated. Number 27 for Navy, a man who used to train with Suphanburi. He played for BBCU for 4 years. Citisak did well to clear it. The midfield was getting very congested, which suited Navy. David Bahia, the former Sotsaparan Army man, had a good strong game, and he was involved in the red card for Watanasak on 75 minutes when he was fouled by the War Elephant, and I think it was fair. The referee gave a second yellow. Another man, Machuca, had an excellent game. He pushes it forward to his fellow centre-forward, but it's nicely defended by Suphanburi. Again, though, pretty messy stuff. Navy looking for counter-attacks and looking to break down the play and hoping to get a breakaway goal, especially, again, number 27, down the left. He's got such a lot of speed. I watched him training 2 or 3 years ago at Suphanburi. Unbelievable speed. He hasn't got any weight to him. He looks very pale, but he's tremendously fast. Half chance there to the home side, but it's nicely broken down by the defenders, and we get away, looking for Jakapan as ever. But if you look at this here, this shows the situation. He has to cut inside once, has to cut inside twice, and he still doesn't have an option. The ball came long this time to Natapong. Now Natapong loves to go forward, and he tried his best to do so here. Gets it across, and it comes to Sergio. Very nicely defended, has to be said. Goes across for a corner, and Jakapan's delivery, as ever, is excellent, but we just can't put the pressure on the goalkeeper that we'd like to, and Pratt shows why he's a defender with a shot like that. However, we get it back into the mix, again with lots of kind of head tennis. It shows the way the game lacked a little bit of structure. Lee looking for an incisive ball inside, gets it to Jetstar, and it's a lovely shot. Really does have a classy left foot on him. Nice ball across from Jakapan as ever, but there's 2 defenders on Sergio Van Dijk. They know how dangerous he is in the air. They've done their homework, and they made sure he had very little space throughout the evening, and the ball is cleared again, broken down again, and Machuca looking to get pace. The Paraguayan, who was signed from Chiang Mai, gets the ball. Now, was this a shot? If it was a shot, it was a wonderful one. It really was. It looked a little suspicious. However, the ball's in the back of the net. He doesn't care, and the Paraguayan can celebrate. However, we came straight back on 39 minutes. Good cross comes in, and Apisak does very well with the header. Citisak on the line tries to get hold of it, but he just can't do it. And it's 1-1, and you'd expect and you'd hope that Suphanburi would kick on from there, because there was a win for Buriram on Sunday night, 4-0 away at TOT. There was a win for Muang Thong, 2-1 away at Chiang Rai, and the top, even though Bangkok Glass dropped points with a draw, the top was getting very, very tight, so we needed those 3 points. Good corner comes across, poor defending, it has to be said, a nice header, and it's all over the line before the defender can get to it. And the linesman quite correctly put his flag up to give the equalising goal. As ever, of course, Jakapan with his wonderful distribution caused lots of problems, but we just didn't have the firepower. Marcio coming up for the corners and free kicks often really disrupts the defenders, but it wasn't to be. Natapong again looking for options. He knows he's always going to have Jakapan. Jakapan can beat defenders at ease, but there's just so many of them. They all get back behind the ball, and the chance is almost gone. Here, Jakapan was in 2 minds. He was looking for Sergio, perhaps should have gone for a shot to the far post. That was the end of the action for the first half. There were plenty of half chances for us, and we were to bring Luis on for the second half to try and add to our width and attacking options, and certainly with his pace and his inventiveness, there were some more chances. But, of course, we just couldn't finish them off, and we ended the Sunday evening fixtures in 5th place at the end of the first section of the Thai Premier League, which is a little disappointing after being on top of the table for a while, but it's very close up there. We just need a run of wins and we can get back up there. Goal scorer Abisak gets it across to Jakapan. You see he has to go deep there because he knows there's going to be counter-attacking from Navy and they're going to get lots of people behind the ball. David Bahia had a good chance here. It's rather messy as ever. It comes back to him rather luckily, perhaps you could say, and that's a poor finish. There were two Suphanburi defenders on him, but he panicked and he skied it right over the bar. Lovely header there from Sergio onto Luis, and it just doesn't sit up very well for him. However, he gets some decent power on it and it goes off for a corner. And as the corner comes in, it flicks off Lee's head, the goalkeeper misjudges it, and luckily for Navy FC, it hits the bar and goes to safety. We're looking for those options as we defend, but we just see a massed rank of Navy players looking to defend all the time. Nice run here from Jetsada, gets it across to Sergio, collects it back in, and again just broken down by three defenders. Sergio takes a shot on his less favoured right foot, and it goes wide. Here we have two free kicks from Machuca. The first one, not particularly impressive, and then an identical one coming later, which is much, much stronger. Sergio tries his luck from distance, but it just wasn't to be. And here's the second kick from Machuca. Tremendous power, and it rattles against the bar. Look how far it bounces right back out, and the second chance goes wide. Machuca, that Paraguayan who was signed from Chiang Mai, certainly has got a lot about him. Sergio under a lot of pressure from the substitute number 4 for Navy. Shot comes in, and really it's a half chance, and then Sergio slips as he takes his shot, which summed up a lot of our evening, just not quite timed. And there it was, the final whistle. It's 1-1. It's a disappointing night for Suphanburi, but it's not a defeat. And now we've got the World Cup qualifiers to think about, the SEA games to think about, and then our next game is Bangkok United on the 20th of next month.